Hey guys, it's Chelsea with Austin Underground, and I am sitting here with James, TW. How are you doing?
I'm very well. How are you doing?
I'm doing very good, thank you for asking. What does TW stand for?
TW stands for Taylor Watts. I was named after James Taylor, but that was obviously taken on Google search, so we had to come up with something different. So that's.
Is Taylor, is that your last name or middle and last?
Taylor Watts is my surname, my last name, together. It's a double barrel. It's confusing.
Now. Okay, so yes, you're 18 and you're from Britain. How did you get started doing music in America and that kind of thing?
So the way I got started in the first place was my dad, for fun, plays guitar in a wedding band, very not cool. And then when I was 10, he bought a drum kit. He saw it was good for stress on the news, so he got one and I took to it, I loved it, and then the day before one of their gigs, the drummer couldn't make the show, so it was let the 10-year-old play, it was cancel the show. They let me play and I stepped in, I fell in love with music. And you know, from there I picked up guitar and piano and started writing my own songs a bit later.
And I also read that you got a big start on YouTube.
Yes, so when I was 12 years old, I started uploading covers really of my favorite kind of bands. Like I like Damien Rice and I like Maroon 5 at the time, and I just wanted to try and do the best version of their song I could do, and it was all for fun. And then I started building this following, and people were requesting songs, and then I brought my originals out, and it kind of grew kind of organically, you know.
Were you worried about taking that music platform from YouTube into more of a real like venue type state?
I feel like, you know, because I started playing live before the YouTube, so I was already ready for the live. But yeah, I mean, I started playing by myself eventually, not with a band, and that was a big step for me, just confidence-wise.
And do you have a preference to playing, or do you notice a difference in playing over in the UK as opposed to over in America?
I think they're fairly similar, but certain jokes go down differently. I think because of the British sense of humor, maybe, but so I kind of have to tailor my banter, I guess, between countries.
Okay. And you actually have a song called "When You Love Someone."
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit about that and how you made that, I guess?
Sure. So "When You Love Someone," I wrote about a boy I was teaching drums to. I was teaching kids for fun, just to earn a bit of pocket money, and this boy was 11 years old, and I found out that his parents are getting divorced, and he didn't know, so I thought, how are they going to explain it to him in a way that he would understand, and in a positive way? So that's really where the song came from. I wanted there to be something he could listen to and, you know, feel better about everything that's going on. So.
Really sweet.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was about your own experience.
Oh, it's not, yeah, people ask me, my parents are happily married, so, yeah.
Cool. And then you covered a song called "Torn." I just wanted to know, has there been any moment in your career, which is fairly new still, have there been any moments where you felt torn in what decision, like what way you should go, what direction?
Yeah, I think on a day-to-day basis. I mean, in the studio, as I play, you know, I play drums, piano, guitar, and I sing, and I'm very involved in production. And sometimes, with a team, you have to make a decision on what's the best sound, and sometimes I disagree and I'm torn on what's the right thing. Sometimes when you're trying to open for someone or you're trying to get a gig, is it the right venue, is it the right audience? There's lots of tearing, I guess, yeah.
Are you working on anything new to release?
Yes, so "When You Love Someone" just came out. There's also going to be 4 more songs that are going to come out on an EP. So it's going to be a 5-song EP, probably in the next couple months, and that's really the start, I think, of the new music.
Okay, cool. And then I noticed on I think it's your Twitter, it said that you're a big fan of basketball and sports cars. Just curious, like, who's your favorite?
Okay, so I'm quite unloyal as an NBA fan. I really just support any team that's really exciting to watch. So it was Miami when LeBron was at Miami with Wade and Bosh, and now it's like Cleveland because I like Kyrie and J.R. Smith. I'm not a huge LeBron fan, but he's exciting to watch for me. So I'm very unloyal. People aren't going to like.
No Texas teams?
I don't even know what to I mean, Houston, right? Houston with James Harden, of course. I watched them last night. So I just love the sport. That's really it.
And then car-wise?
Cars, I like modern cars more than classic cars. So like Aston Martins and Lamborghinis, even though I think they're like the kids' equivalent of an adult car, really. Yeah, Instagram, I'm liking cars and that thing all the time. So.
Cool. And then just one more question. If you could describe your music to a new listener, like how would you want them to perceive your music?
I feel like it is coming from a singer-songwriter core, but I do play a lot more electric guitar than most singer-songwriters. I like singing soulfully. I'm a big fan of soul singers, so I embed that. I play hints of blues and jazz, I think, so just a kind of combination of lots of different genres.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, it was very nice to meet you, and good luck with the rest of South by and all your shows and stuff.